Good morning and happy Monday. Welcome to a new vlog. I'm really excited about this week because I am participating in the 1,000 page challenge. This came up, I saw it on Bookish Knitter's channel. I'm a huge fan of hers. And I will post down below who she referenced. I want to say it's like Read It with Ray or something. And it is basically, we have a week to read 1,000 pages. Sorry for the glare. I have my blue lights on today. And so I'm really excited to do this because I know that I can do it. So this past week was busy. Thursday, Friday, we were in Chicago. We came back on Saturday. I posted just a quick outro on Saturday. I had finished Daisy Jones and the Six. I did it via Audible, which was like the preferred way. Most people said it was the best way to do it. And I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. My overall take of it was like, I love those types of books that are journeys, especially in like the 60s and 70s. It's like one of my favorite eras. And so I really loved hearing about the journey. I feel like I've heard lots of conversation about people disliking Billy, and I didn't dislike him. Like, I thought he was very driven. I thought he was bossy, yes, but like for a vision. And I kept thinking he wanted to be like something that he necessarily wasn't, and wanted to be that for Camilla. Camilla was a saint. Daisy, I did not like. Now, on the other hand, she's driven too, but in a different way. It's much more selfish and destructive. And so I didn't appreciate that, but I really loved the book. And then I started watching the series on Saturday, and I'm like not into it. First of all, I don't like who they cast. I don't see any of those people standing out the way they were written in the book. But I'm on episode 3 and I'm already yawning. And so it's like, I don't know what happened between the book and the show, but I'm not here for it. I'm not loving it. I might keep going. I don't know yet. So let me tell you what I'm reading. So yesterday I read, I DNF'd. I can't say I DNF'd. I stopped Queen of Shadows, and, I got about 400 pages into it. And I'm going to say something controversial, but I did add it as a read book into my just March collection, as well as Goodreads, because literally I read 400 pages, okay? Yes, there's 600 in that book. I went and found the summary of like what I missed, but at the end of the day, I'm just not loving it. And I want to love it because I loved ACOTAR. I'm not loving it, and it's so hard to get through each book. I mean, that book took me 12 days. I don't take 12 days to read a book if I love it. And so I'm going to do a whole video about my Sarah J. Maas journey, because I have feelings. I want to talk about it. So I finished. And then I wanted to just get a book done. So I read Sweet Valley High Family Secrets. It was really good. Basically, the twins' cousin comes to visit. Her parents are getting a divorce. Her mom is remarrying and has kids. This girl, Kelly, is an only child. So they're like, come live with the twins, see what it's like to have siblings. The mom has never spoken ill about the dad, but the dad, I guess, was kind of abusive and a cheater. And Kelly meets Kirk, who's basically the same in high school version. And they finally have to tell her like what happened with her dad. And so that was pretty good, and I loved like tick it off of feeling like, okay, I accomplished something. So then I saw the 1,000 page challenge, and I decided what books. So then I saw the 1,000 page challenge, and I decided what books I would be reading. So the first book I'm going to start, and I already have, is Things We Hide from the Light. This is the second book in that Knock 'Em Out series. I'm on page 67. And it's already pretty good. This is about Nash and what is her name? Lena. And Lena has just moved in to the same apartments that Nash lives in, and they're already sort of clicking as he's recovering from being shot in the last book. And so loving that. Then I found online, this just pops up as a recommended book. It's called Triple Duty Bodyguards. And it is a spicy romance. I'm not going to go too much into it because my children watch this vlog, but I'm 8% in. It's about 400 some pages. So between that book and this one, plus what I read yesterday, I will have 1,000 pages by the end of the week. It ends on the 18th. So I'm really excited to get that done. Anyway, those are my plans for today. Happy Monday. Maybe I'll pop back on later, not sure. but that's what I'm gonna do. All right, guys, see you in the next clip. Good morning and happy Tuesday. Checking in today. I did not come back online yesterday. Just didn't happen, but I did get some reading done. So I got 166 pages done. So far for my 1,000 page challenge, I have 409 pages read. And so I got pretty far in Things We Hide from the Light. I stopped on page 67 on Sunday, and yesterday I got to page 201. Really liking this book. Don't love it as much as By a Thread or Things We Never Get Over, but it is pretty good. So Lena and Nash are getting closer, but there's this underlying current of something else, because Lena originally lied about the job that she had, and she's actually like an insurance investigator, and there's the plot line with this like kingpin guy trying to come after Nash, and like that's in the background, and they feed in information about that, but like not enough to like for me to grasp it and be like, okay, I know what's going on in this thread. It's just something that comes up every now and then. But basically Lena lied to Nash about who she was and why she was in town, and he's still here for it. Where I left off, Lucien, which is a childhood friend of Nash and Knox, had warned Nash like not to do anything with Lena. So far they've just been platonic, but kind of opening up to each other emotionally. And Lucien is like, don't do it, there's something going on with her, and like she's a puzzle in a sense. Lena, that is, she kind of is hot and cold. So like with Nash, she's like this totally different person. With Ariel, she's like this hard exterior, nobody can say anything to her, she's annoyed by everybody, and like that's kind of getting old. But we'll see. So I'm gonna chomp down on this today. And then the Bodyguards book, that one's just okay. Like I've committed at this point, so I'm gonna read it, but I got like 33 pages read yesterday. Maybe I'll need to read less of this one today and more of the other one, because it was just like, by the time I got to it, I was like, no. So we're still like in this bodyguard situation. This famous star is being stalked by somebody, and she hires 3 gorgeous bodyguards, and we know it's going to turn romantic, but she's just like, that's kind of where we're at. I haven't really got much more than that. It's just a repetitive of that, right? So we have like the stereotypical characters. The 3 bodyguards is like a tough guy, a soft guy, an aloof guy, and that's kind of, we're playing all the basic stuff. So not as excited about that one, but you know, we're gonna get through it. So I will get some more reading in. I'm gonna try to check in again tonight because this clip's kind of short. But the girls are back at school, spring break is over, and so we are back on our routine, which means I'll be at the library tomorrow for like 2 hours. So excited to dig into that as well. Today I'm going to be filming my Sarah J. Maas journey. Excited to get that out for you guys on Thursday. By the time this comes out, that video already would have come out, so go check it out. And yeah, that's what it is today. All right, happy Tuesday, y'all. Hey guys, it is now Tuesday night. Sorry for the bad lighting, it's dark. But just wanted to update on what I've read so far. So in Things We Hide from the Light, I did get my next 100 pages done. And this is the problem I have, I think, with Lucy's Score and her thicker books, is that they really are fine, but they could be about 135 or 150 pages less. So this past 100 pages, like nothing really moved forward. I should say we found out the major thing of what is being hidden by Lena. Okay, so, but we kind of already knew that. It was just technically exposed. And so we spent 100 pages going over that in a very non-progressive way. There's nothing that moved forward, but those 100 pages are done. They kind of went by pretty fast. So I got that done before we had trumpet lessons tonight for my youngest. And then, she's here. And then I read more of Triple Duty Bodyguards, about 10 pages while I was there. It's just 30 minutes that the lesson is. But it's also our time for my husband and I to catch up. And so we chatted a little bit, did 10 pages. But now I'm going to read more of this book tonight. I'm hoping to get like some momentum on it. The first major relationship thing happened. And so I'm hoping it starts moving a little bit faster. Again, it's my goal to keep both of these books this week because they're both around 500 pages each. One's a little bit more than 500, one's a little bit less. And so I will make my $1,000 mark. My $1,000. I will make my 1,000 page mark by the end of this challenge with these two books. So that is the update. I'm glad I hopped back on. I'm going to read some more. Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday already. I'm telling you, this daylight savings is like no joke. I feel so tired every day this week. Anyway, just popping on for my updates because I do have some. Number one, I DNF'd the Bodyguard book. I had to do it. It was not bringing me joy. I made it to like a page 137 out of 444 pages. And I was just like, nope, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I ended on page 355 yesterday. So I read a total of 155 pages of this book. There's about 215 left. And so today's the library day. I'll be at the library for quite a bit. So I'll bring this book with me. And then because I'm still, about 400 pages away from my 1,000-page goal, I also picked up, holy moly, let me check, a book called The Plant Nanny. And let me show you the cover. It's by an author, Teresa Yee. And I read one of her books. I read one of her books last year around October when I was doing like all of my spooky books and I got tired of them, and I picked up one of her books along with that Nellie Wilson and really, really liked it. This book's on Kindle Unlimited, and so it's about 336 pages. Even if I don't get it finished by the 18th, I'm still going to meet my goal. So super excited about that, and just empowered to like DNF stuff you don't want to read. For me, I have a threshold. Like if I'm going multiple days and I haven't made significant gain in a book, I have to DNF it because obviously I don't like it. If I love a book, I'm pretty much done with it within 3 or 4 days, depending on the length of it and of course my schedule and stuff like that. But so things we had from the light, hoping to finish that today and then hopping into Plant Nanny. Yeah, excited. All right, I will check in at the library. Good morning and happy Thursday. It is another gloomy day here in Minnesota. We're supposed to have like a snow rain mix at some point today. So that should be interesting. But anyway, I am checking in. And let's see how we're going on the 1,000-page challenge. So yesterday I finished the book, Things We Hide from the Light. That gave me 279 pages read yesterday. And I had a lot of time at the library, so lots of time to read, and I jumped into it right after work yesterday. I will say this. I gave that book on Goodreads, I listed it as 4 stars, but in my comments, I put a 3.5 star rating. I definitely think Things We Never Got Over was way better. And this book, I just didn't see the chemistry between Lena and Nash. It was just like so forced. But sort of in the same like vein of the first book, in which like Knox really didn't like Naomi and somehow they got together. Lena is very gruff and Nash is just like way too good for her almost, and then they get together and they're really like a bad combo. So not my favorite. And again, while By a Thread was amazing by Lucy Score and I flew through it, this book, as well as Things We Never Got Over, could have been about 160 pages shorter and we still would have got the same point across. So these books have the underlining theme of this like criminal investigation going on. And so there's like a thriller suspense sort of thing happening in the background that kind of gets drug out a little bit too much. And Lena inserted herself in everything, and that was a lot. So 3.5 stars for that. So now I have about 125 pages left to finish my challenge. I have 3 days, so I'm very excited about that. So I talked about yesterday doing that Plant Nanny book by Teresa Yee. I think I'm actually going to go to this, Imposter Syndrome. I got this from the library last week. No, last week couldn't have been. Must have been the week before last. And it started off pretty good already. I only did like 3 pages. And it's a YA novel. I think it'll be cute and fun. And so I'm going to pivot to that. And in my normal fashion, I picked up a book yesterday at the library while I was there. I had this on hold. It's called Last Girl Ghosted. I saw this on Bookish Knitter's TBR, and it sounded good. It says, she met him through a dating app, an intriguing picture on a screen, a meeting at a downtown bar. What she thought might be just a quick hookup quickly became much more. She fell from him hard. But then, just as things were getting real, he stood her up. Then he disappeared. Profiles deleted, phone disconnected. She was ghosted. Maybe it was her fault. She shared too much too fast. But as soon as she learns there were others, girls who thought they were in love, who later went missing. She had been looking for a connection, but now she's looking for answers, chasing a digital trail into his dark past and hers. She finds herself on a dangerous hunt, and she's not sure whether she's the predator or the prey. So I'm getting into my thriller era, and so I'm excited to read that. So those are the updates for Thursday. It is reading sprint night, so I'm excited. I'll get some reading done tonight with imposter syndrome, and yeah, I'll check in later. Bye, guys. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. I was just thinking last week we were in Chicago, living our best life on a Friday, and here we are. Another Friday is coming to us. This week flew by for me, and so that's really great. Checking in to let you know where I stopped on my reading. So yesterday, as I told you guys, I started Imposter Syndrome and Other Confessions of Alejandra Kim. This is a YA contemporary novel, and I stopped on page 61. My new life hack is, and this isn't revolutionary, but if you can get the hard copy book and a Kindle book, you're going to be cruising through, because last night I stopped around page 33 in the hardcover book, and then I just happened to look to see if it was available on Libby for my library, and it was, and so I borrowed it also off of Libby. And so I read up to page 61. So I believe I'm at 936 pages for the 1,000-page challenge. So I have like 64 pages left to go on this challenge. I know I'm going to finish the challenge, so excited about that. Sprints yesterday were good. I didn't get to film because it was just a short sprint last night. They only did 1 sprint and 2 rounds of comments. And so it was just an hour. And it was like dinner time and like catch-up time. And so I didn't get as much reading done as I wanted, but I kept reading after the sprint, obviously. I think they're talking about moving the sprints to Friday, which really throws off my schedule. I would not be into a Friday sprint. So I'd have to figure out how I would reach those sprints later on in the week or something like that. Such a first world problem, not even worried about it, but thinking it through. And yeah, I will check in hopefully again today, and then I will definitely check in tomorrow as I wrap up my 1,000-page challenge week and get set up for next week. All right, guys, see you later. Hey, guys, coming back to you on Friday. This is going to be the last clip of the vlog because I reached the 1,000-page challenge goal. Woo, 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 woo. So I'm so excited about that. I really got into this book, the Imposter Syndrome book. I am on page 151. So today I've read 90 pages. Which puts me at about 1,026 pages, and I still have 1 more day of the challenge, so I'm so excited. This book is really good. I'll talk about it more, I think, once I finish it and start my next vlog, but it's really profoundly written. As I stated before, my work is in equity, and this book talks a lot about what that looks like in practice and in a high school for a teenager who is dealing with identity. So really well written so far. After this book, I'm going to download a couple or maybe a Babysitters Club book from Libby just to clear my palette. I've only read 6 books this month, which I was kind of like stressed out about, but now it's like, you know what, it is what it is. I usually slump in the middle of the month or like early middle, and then I will speed through a bunch of books from now until the 31st. But even if I don't, like, that's okay. I don't ever want it to be about the number of books I'm finishing per month. I like to finish about 10 per month. I think I've said that before, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's been kind of a slow month. So this one, then Babysitters Club. Then I have the thriller that I checked out, Last Girl Ghosted, and then you'll never believe what I picked up. I came back to it after my rant video that went out on Thursday. If you haven't checked that out, I'll link it. But I was watching another booktuber kind of go through the books that I've already read, and you know, I'm like loyal to wanting to finish this series, but she had also said like she doesn't really know what's going on. It's a little bit convoluted. There's some characters that she doesn't enjoy. It seemed like me, like the whole Manon and healer plot. Like I'm not into that plot at all. Like I could skip that and be just fine. But I'm not gonna let this defeat me. So I will come back to this toward the end of the month after I read the other books that I want to read on my list. So anyway, that is my vlog for this week. I really liked doing the 1,000-page challenge. I've never done anything like that before. I wasn't sure how I would fit in all of that reading, but having a page count goal really helped me like focus my energy that way. I think it cut down my screen time at night too. And I really found some great books that I liked. I think it was a benefit too that I had Things We Hide from the Light, which was close to 600 pages, because I took out a huge chunk. That Bodyguard book that I DNF'd, thank you for the 100-some pages you gave me, but no thank you. And yeah, so it was a great week. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share my channel, and I'll see you in my Thursday video and then my next weekly vlog. Bye, guys.